it to someone else who ends up building it. So this is a benefit to the city, not just for our particular project.
Thank you for doing your due diligence and acting accordingly.
Bobby Joe.
Excuse me. Can I finally get to say something, please? I've been wanting to say something for a while, about 3 times. Please let me speak. I just wanted to check with you. The percentage of units, there's no hard, fast percentage has to be within any of those particular ranges, correct?
There is. Yes, those are split among the 30%, 40%, and 60% area median incomes. And so we've identified, yes, out of all of the units at 100%, 15% of them are at the 30% of the area median income, 15% are at the 40% of the area median income, and then the remaining 70 are at 60.
Gotcha. So basically, the majority of the units have that higher income qualification.
Yes, the 70% do, but that is how we are able to provide the lower income set-asides at the 30 and 40%, because on a project of this size, or any project for that matter, it's quite difficult to cash flow when you have units that are only providing a 30% rent. And so in order to offsite and be able to provide as many affordable projects as we are at those lower income levels, we do have to offset those with the 60%. And honestly, there are more families than you know that truly would not even meet that 30 or 40% income level. They'll qualify more for the 60%.
I think also there has been this whole ideal in people's mind, the perception of this low-income housing. And we get a lot of that from news stories when they're reporting about how ceilings are falling and the management companies. But I haven't seen a Section 8 housing that offers the amenities you're talking about, doing fitness facilities and some of the other amenities that you're talking about. As far as your units, your ownership, how long do you normally on average retain ownership of a unit and continue to manage it?
20 to 25 years.
Okay, because I know you mentioned earlier that you had sold some out in Shawnee. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't know if that was a common that you rolled them on a regular basis, or you do hold on to them for
No, we hold on to them. At year 15 or year 16, because they're in a tax credit compliance period for 15 years. So that means us and the investor is the equity provider that purchases tax credits, we have to remain in this project together for a minimum of 15 years. And then in year 16, they want out because there's no benefit to them at this point to own that project anymore because they've already used all of their tax credits towards the tax returns for their portion of the returns. And so at year 16, we negotiate with them, and generally it's codified in our partnership agreement when we close of at year 16, how is the sale price determined, whether it's current market value or it's about, they take a percentage of whatever the perm debt is on there. I mean, there's a whole factor that I leave it up to the accountants to determine what that is, but we always buy the investor out. And so then we retain those.
And then the other thing is both Emily and you as well, Ms. Lucas, kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but here we are with a community that we want to say we're a welcoming community, and we want you to come here and work for the city. We want you to come work for the school district. We want you to come work in a lot of our businesses. But hey, if you don't have enough money, we don't want you to live here. That is not a welcoming community. We need to make sure that we have housing that the people that work within our city are able to afford as well. So with that, Mr. Shannon, you said you had some more questions?
Thanks, Tom. Bobby Joe, you mentioned something, and I just caught part of it, and I want to make sure. You said if we do not approve of this, that...
Then there is no project, because this is our perm financing.
Okay.
This is like going to a bank and asking for a loan. That's what we did with KHRC and KDFA. The tax credit piece of it went through Kansas Housing Resource, and those are the credits that we're selling. Then we went to KDFA to ask for the bonds, which becomes our permanent debt.
Okay. Because I was kind of confused on that because I thought we just had to either approve it or not, but I didn't know the extent of that. And Cassandra, thank you very much for asking the question that you did. I really, what is going to go there if we don't? And I think I really appreciated that in what she asked, because that to me makes a big difference. That's all I have.
Is there any other questions? Does anybody wish to make a motion? If you do, please make sure it is recommended that we also provide an explanation of why you'd like to deny the credits. So the floor is open for anybody who would like to make that motion.
Bobby Joe.
Oh, we do have one more question.
I apologize. Yes,
If this
sir.
doesn't pass, what are your plans with the land? You guys own it.
We walk away from the project.
Right. Do you sell the land?
The
Or
land
you
will
just
remain up for sale.
it go back up for sale? Okay. That sounds good. And then anything. That's true. Anything could.
Okay, so the floor is open again. Does anybody wish to make a motion? One more time. Seeing no motion.
Mr. Mayor, oh boy. I'll make a motion, and this is very difficult because I was going so much on what I had heard previously, and it's not to insult anybody, but and I'm very familiar with the families that are out here. But I don't like the idea of seeing your presentation and seeing all the amenities and all the things that are being offered, and knowing that we do need more affordable housing. We have a lot. I spoke to that at a previous council meeting and saying that the affordable housing outweighed the things for seniors. But I'll make a motion that we approve. Help me out here on
Well, what is it you're wanting to make a motion that you want it to be a resolution?
I'll make a motion on.
You want to make a resolution to deny?
No, sir. No, I'll make a motion to approve.
Oh, we don't need to have a motion for that. Just only a motion for deny. If we don't have a motion on the floor, it goes forward.
So if we make a motion to deny, do we vote on that? It could pass or not pass.
Correct.
If there's not enough nays or whatever, then, and there's more yays, then it would pass, and then she
Right.
could potentially get her approval. Okay. I make a motion to deny the bonds.
And please provide it.
Absolutely. I stand in solidarity with our constituents to live in that area, and I do think I think we're wishfully thinking that it's going to be a real challenge. No offense.
Understood.
I got a few gray hairs to do this, and I understand development to pull this thing off. So that's why, and then if I need to write that and send it in an email, I can do it too. And I appreciate you. You've done your job.
I appreciate that, and I understand completely the position and everyone's concerns with regard to traffic. So it's not anything that we take personally. It definitely has to do with the development and the impact that we're having on your community.
Right. Thank you.
So we do have a motion. Do we have a second? I'll ask for a second once more. Seeing none, the motion dies on lack of a second. And unless there's any other discussions, any other questions, then we would be a stand adjourned, and there will be no action taken on this item this evening. So, any other questions, comments? Seeing none, then I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 9 p.m.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Blanks, a second by Mr. McMahon. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Meeting adjourned.